everyone, thanks again for coming and seeing my channel. Today I'm going to do a page using the January Scraptastic kit from 2015, and here are some of the papers and things that I'm going to use. I'm pretty much down to all my scraps. I don't think I have any full sheets of paper left, so that's what I'm kind of using, is just a variety from the other pages I did. And this particular page is going to be a companion page to another one that I did, so it's going to have a lot of the similar elements and the colors and the design. So here I'm just going to take this picture of the Boston Harbor, and I just absolutely love the clouds in this picture. So I'm going to mount it on this peachy pinky colored cardstock first, and this is also cardstock that came in the kit. And then I'm going to trim it and put on a very thin border. And then next I'm going to start looking at my other paper. And what I did off camera was I cut out a ton of these from that patterned paper that I showed you earlier, that open book paper. I did that in some of my other layouts too. I did another layout about my bucket list, and I used some of those cutouts. So I really like that paper. And so I'm going to look around here, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting on this stencil using some modeling paste. And so here you're going to see me pulling this out off and then getting my modeling paste out. And what I'm going to end up doing is coloring the modeling paste with my mist and with a gold gelato. And then the color we're going to see in just a second here. It's the Lindy Stamp Gang. What is it? I think it's something of the sea. Oats of the Sea, Golden Oats of the Sea, something like that. I paused it and I still couldn't read it. It was a little tiny. But I'm going to just color my my modeling paste with this. So it's going to end up being a really pretty color that kind of matches the color in the flowers that I cut out. And those are just flowers that I cut out of that open book paper, and I just fussy cut all those out, and I end up using those same flowers on a different layout that I made. That's going to be, I think it was my bucket list page. I don't think I have a video on that one, but it was one that I did recently. And so this is just modeling paste that I got from Michaels. It's the Liquitex brand. And I like it. It's not real thin, it's not real thick, it's just perfect. And even with a little bit of watering down from the mist, it still seems to have a good body to it and get really well on the stencil without seeping through. And I like that when you get it at Michaels, you can actually use a coupon and get 40% off, so that's really nice. So what I'm using here is just a Heidi Swap stamp that I got from Crafty Steel that just got in the mail yesterday. It's one of her stencils that come with another shape, either a butterfly or a heart. I can't remember which one it came with, but I'm just using that to put down these modeling paste, and then I saw that I needed to add a little bit more there. And so what I'm going to do then is dry that all up, and then once it's dried, I'm going to spray it with that same gold Lindy Stamp Gang spray. It's probably one of my favorite sprays. I really like that Lindy Stamp Gang color. So here I'm just drying that up so I can start working on the rest of my page. And here I'm going to trim it down a little bit because I am going to mount it. It warped a little bit, but I really just wanted to mount it on the same color cardstock that I mounted my photo on, just to bring your eye into the page more. I seem to do that a lot, not in every layout, but I do end up doing that a lot. I just think it really brings you into the layout more. So I'm just using my HEG gun to put that down. And then once I get this down and mounted on this paper, I'm going to take some washi tape and put the washi tape around. And like in all my videos, I had terrible trouble with my washi tape. So I'm going to spare you some of that and fast forward a bit. And here I'm just going to start placing my photo on, and the first thing I'm going to start doing is matting up the different colors of paper. I love this paper. Anything wood grain. It could be purple, pink, green, brown, doesn't make a difference. If it's wood grain, I absolutely love it. I love the texture of it. I really like this blue color because I like how it matches the sky, but it just didn't really work for the layout that I'm doing. I didn't just like it. I thought that this paper that I'm showing you now just works a little better with the whole layout. I just love all the paper that came in the January kit. It's just got a really nice, like old-fashioned, warm, kind of grandma kind of look to it, in a good way though. Just nice and cozy. I just love the colors and everything about it. So what I'm doing right now is just chalking around all the edges with this Prima chalk ink, and I believe it's a knotted wood, and I'm going to show you that in just a few seconds. And I absolutely love that pink wood grain paper. Anything wood grain. It can be brown, purple, green. It doesn't make a difference. I absolutely love wood grain. I just love the texture and the earthiness of it. So there you go. Yeah, it's knotted wood. And next I'm just going to glue down all the layers of the, that I put all the paper layers. And this picture is a picture I took when I was in the Boston Harbor back in November, and the sky was just absolutely gorgeous. So next what I'm doing is I'm just placing all my layers down, and I have that little cluster at the top right that I'm going to show you a little closer later. And then here are those flowers that I cut out of the open book paper. I don't remember which sheet it's from, but it's the open book crepe paper collection. And I'm going to fuss and fuss and fuss with these flowers for quite some time. So I do have that. I left my process in here for that, but I do fuss with those flowers, and especially that top right cluster. I just couldn't get it right. I thought, okay, well, it looks good, but I think I need to add more flowers, so I'm going to cut those out in just a little bit. So for now, what I'm doing is just adding some of these vellum word or phrase strips. And so I'm going to put that up in the bottom right and the top left, as you see there, and then I'm adding that little moments vellum and just kind of looking around at what I want to do. And so now I'm going to cut out those flowers. I'm going to, I think, I kept in a little bit of me trimming out one flower, but I'm not going to keep all of the trimming in because that would be boring. So this little flower that I'm going to cut out right here is going to go up in that upper right cluster, just to add a little bit more flowers to that, to bring the flowers from the bottom of the layout to the top. So I'm just going to trim that out and stick that up there. And then I'm going to play a little bit more with some of the other embellishments, I think. Yeah. But I'm going to end up not using this, remember this there. I'm going to end up using it a little bit later in the layout. And here I'm just going to trim the paper, and my kitty cat Denali decided to make a cameo appearance. It's not a process video with me without a kitty cat, apparently. He is the little kitten that I did a process video of recently. Actually my first one and my third process video are of Denali. So here I'm just going to fuss and fuss with these flowers now. I'm going to try that one flower that I'm moving now to the bottom left, and I'm going to keep moving it around in the top right cluster, but it's going to end up going down in the bottom left. But it's really crazy how much I fussed with this cluster. I just could not get it the way I wanted to. It just wouldn't go in the right spot. I mean, it was ridiculous. So this, like I said earlier, was from the open book collection. I really love that collection. I just love all the papers and everything in it. They just have a really warm look, and these flowers are fun to cut out. Again, like I said, I love to do fussy cutting. I think I said that already. I had the video voiceover cut off, so I don't know if I said that or not, but I love that. Fussy cutting. Here is the fine liner liquid bottle, or liquid glue bottle, that I got at Hobby Lobby. It is awesome. It's supposed to be clog free. It's actually got a little wire that goes into the other wire on the cap. You can actually see that cap in the upper right hand corner right above that little gold striped circle. That has a little wire coming out of it, and it goes into the wire of the tube, and it's supposed to keep it clog free. So I'm very, very excited because I was really tired of unclogging my bottles all the time with a pin. So this is going to be awesome, and so far I love it. I love how detailed and little you can get into places. It's fantastic. So here I'm just going to glue down that upper right hand cluster, and I'm going to show you here what this cluster looks like in a few minutes. I added some staples here and just took a couple of the die cuts that were in the kit and put them all together, and I did that earlier when I was trying to pick out what I wanted to use on this layout. So I'm just going to adhere everything, and then in a little bit what I'm going to end up doing is going to my sewing machine and sewing these vellum phrase strips on to the page with some gold thread, and I'm just adding the tiniest bit of adhesive right now. And here I've added that gold thread. I put some on those vellum strips and then also in the top right cluster. And then I'm going to trim off all the ends, leaving a little bit of gold thread showing, and then on the back I'm just going to trim them as well and then put washi tape over the top of them. And again, I'm going to struggle with the washi tape. I need to get one of those little Chamel dispensers. I think those are so cute. I love the little camera look to them. So I just might have to get that. I think that is like the cutest little dispenser. And it's good for this kind of stuff. I like the Tim Holtz washi tape because it's really, really thin, like more of a tissue tape, and it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the page, and it seems to stick better than some of the other tapes, at least for me on cardstock. So now I'm just going to staple down the circle onto this little thing that says the story, and just add that for a little extra texture to match the staples I put in the right hand side. And then I'm going to take these vellum pieces and I'm putting them through my Xyron machine. And I love, love, love this technique. I've said this I think on either 2 or 3 of my videos, but it is awesome. works so well and it looks so nice and you can't see anything, and it just really affixes the vellum very, very nicely. So here I'm going to put the little star also right above the remember this. And then I'm going to take pop dots and I'm going to put pop dots all over the little flowers to add some lift to the flowers so it looks like there's more dimension. And then I'm also going to add these pop dots to the edges of a lot of the matting and things just to give it a little bit more texture and dimension. And these are from Stampin' Up. They're Stampin' Dimensionals, and I really like them because they're a real thin pop dot, but they give a little bit of lift without being too much bulk, especially having albums that you have a lot of stuff in. Because I don't know about you, but my albums, I try to shove as many pages as I can in an album, so it ends up being like this way huge thick thing. So what I'm doing now, because I have the modeling paste down, I'm using my hot glue gun to affix it. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to adhere if I use other glue. So I decided to get my glue gun out for that. And then I'm just adding this little journaling strip that I typed up on some white cardstock. And then I'm going to finish it off with some of this gold mist. So next I'm going to show you some close-ups after I dry it up, and I just want to give a thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of your great comments and your interest in watching the videos. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.